There's no such thing as a moral war. There's survival, and there's surrender.
How did we get to where we are today?
Hey!
No. Nobody's innocent. Nobody.
I am supposed to look at people I love in the eye, take their freedom, maybe even their lives.
Do you love your country?
You okay?
I'm fine. Things are falling apart everywhere. Do you love your country?
How messy is this gonna be?
It's not gonna be clean.
You can't trust any of them.
Exposure is beyond containment.
I got him!
I'm gonna ask you again if you're okay.
I'm running out of lives.
What happens when you're outnumbered 100 to 1?
Do you love your country?
I am serving my country right now.
Your country needs more.
Lioness, new season streaming October 27th.
And I have to say, before we get into the nitty gritty, last year we asked you what you do to go the extra mile, and you said the ice baths for your face.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Liza, I've been doing it.
You
almost
have? Is
every
it
day. It's so, like, you were really onto something. You were so right. It's just the best at, like, eliminating the brain fog and getting you awake and ready to start the day. Like, everybody at home, try the ice baths on your face.
not just about aesthetics. I feel like people think it's just for depuffing, but it really, it boosts your serotonin throughout the day. I think it's a really cool trick.
Yeah, it was so good. I love it. Okay, but seriously, like it's been a little bit over a year now since we last spoke, since the show's been out. How has life been like for you?
Wow, that's a really great question, because last we spoke, I think then there was a strike the next day. So I wasn't able to fully celebrate the show in the way that I wanted to with the fans. And so I'm
Right.
really excited I get to come back and do it again this season and really celebrate with everyone. But I'm so overwhelmed by the response of the show in a positive way. I think people really enjoyed it, and that makes me incredibly grateful and happy.
Yeah, no, of course. You did an amazing job. And before we get into season 2, I just have so much to ask you because the last time we spoke, I'd only seen the first episode of the first season. And now we're halfway into season 2.
What'd you think?
It's so, I was rewatching everything last night. Like, it's so good. And I feel like we're really upping the ante for this season as well. But before we even get into that, spoilers for season 1, by the way, everyone. I had no idea when you and I spoke that this was going to be a little bit of a love story between Cruz
Yes, and I was
Leah.
under strict rules not to mention anything. So my
Well, of
lips were sealed. I just said, she had to get close to her target. And
Oh, they got close. They got
were
close, I think.
very close, honey. It's such a beautiful love story too. It was really exciting to portray that, and I really love how much people really connected to that aspect of the
Yeah,
story.
it was so beautiful, so tragic. What point, like I know we spoke last year about the process in which you received the scripts, you kind of got them as they were written, but at what point did you realize that they were going in that direction with the story?
After I got the second episode, I heard a little rumor. I was told that maybe this would turn into a love thing.
Oh, okay.
So as the script started to come in, I kind of knew that it would be headed in that direction, but I only knew after that second episode was written.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, we absolutely have to talk about the finale because it was so epic. It's what every episode was leading towards. This is the most highest stakes ever for Cruz. Everybody's watching her at the Situation Room. My heart was racing the whole time.
But Mallorca with my underpants on and just blood drenched all over me was so exciting. I think it was at one point Taylor called me while we were filming and I couldn't answer because I I was drenched in blood and in my underwear. So I was like, sorry, sir, I have, but he was laughing and it was really fun. That is an epic fight scene. I feel so fortunate that I got to do that and be a part of that and learn that hand-to-hand combat and be able to do that on screen.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about that because those were a lot of angles. Like, how many times did you guys shoot that?
Oh gosh, we
The
did it a lot.
attraction scene
And it was
specific.
because of the blood continuity as well. The crazy thing about that was very much at the end of the shoot. So I really only had 2 days to learn that choreography. So as we were shooting, I was still learning and picking it up. And I was kind of nervous about it because I wanted it to be good, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think everybody did such an incredible job.
Yeah, no, it did. I love a good chase scene, and that one was spectacular. It was so good, and it
It
goes
had
0 to 100 so quick.
and that's in Taylor's writing, you know. It's I think the shock value of it is so great. It does happen so quickly. I personally, that's what I liked about that scene, and I think that's what hopefully the audience really liked as well.
Right, and I'm noticing you just mentioned that you shot this at the end of your block. So did you feel like that pressure of like this is the end, this is what it's all kind of been leading towards, like while you're performing? Did you feel that
I
pressure
felt
going?
a lot of pressure. I was stressed out. I really was. I care about this job so much and I care about this character so much. And I just wanted to do a good job. I just wanted to do a good job. So I was nervous. I think the guys were talking me down from crazy town. I was like, but do you think this is gonna be good? And I'm happy with how it turned out. When we first saw it, the Jonah texted me. He's like, "You see, I told you it was going to be good." Just
It was so good.
you just want to do a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you did amazing. You should be very proud of all your work
Thank
in this season.
you so much.
Particularly that scene was so good because I don't think a lot of people know like how challenging it can be to be performing while you're doing everything that you're doing in those scenes. So great work. I
Thank
do
you.
want to point out one of my favorite lines that you delivered in season 1, which is in this episode, and it's the one day she's gonna have kids and they're gonna hear about how their grandpa died, and all we did was create the next generation of terrorists. The power that line had, that one statement just turns the entire concept of the Lioness program right on its head, and you can see it in Joe's face the second Cruz says that. Did you know when you read that line, like the weight and the context it had, or was it until you performed it that you were like, wow, this is like the whole conflict of the season summarized? And were there any other pieces of dialogue that stick out to you besides this one?
I think that is probably the most powerful one in Cruz's whole journey. She loves her country so much. She's such a patriot, but therein lies the truth, you know. And so when I read that in the script, I thought it was so powerful because I think once people start watching the show, they could think it's one thing and that we're trying to promote the show in a certain way. But if you wait until the very end, you'll see that it's not what that's actually about. And that character, although she is a patriot, she has her own feelings about her connection to the whole geopolitical mechanism that she is a part of.
Right. Yeah, no, I thought that was so well written and so well delivered as well. You did a great job.
Taylor
Season
is
1, absolute triumph. Congratulations. It was so epic. But let's talk a little bit about season 2 now, okay?
let's season 2. Let's do it.
Laysla, you're back. When did you know you were coming back? What was that moment like when you found out?
Oh, this has been such a roller coaster because there was a moment in time where Cruz wasn't supposed to be back at all.
Okay.
And that was, you know, as devastating as that was for Lioness to hear as an actress, I completely understood because Taylor's such a prolific writer and the way he was explaining how the story goes, it didn't make sense. And I was able to have a beautiful conversation with him where I thanked him for changing my life because he did. And he said, please don't worry, I'm going to put you in something else. And I thought, yeah, whatever. And 6 weeks later, he called me back, and it was my birthday actually. And he had just finished writing the third episode, and he was like, "Nah, Cruz needs to be back." And so it was a surprise for me as well. And I'm just so excited that I get the opportunity to participate in the show again, and to play with my friends. This is a character and that has totally changed my life, and I'm just so grateful that I get to do it again.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds like the perfect scenario. And I did notice when I was watching season 2, Taylor has put himself in it now.
He's
I'm
so
like,
good. He's so
so,
good. There's nothing the man can't do.
and I'm curious now because correct me if I'm wrong, but he's doing some directing this season as well.
He did. He directed the first block, and he directed some of the last episodes. So I didn't get to work with him in the first block when they filmed 1 and 2. But that being said, Taylor is a phone call away. Like, any question
Right.
about acting that you may have. He used to be an acting coach, so I love picking his brain about stuff. I think he's incredible. But I did get a taste of Taylor directing in the very last episode, and it was electrifying.
Okay, that was gonna be my question. If you
Yeah.
got to have to work with him on set, and what was that like?
Yeah.
Like, here,
He,
what are we doing?
he moves quick. He moves quick. I mean, he writes so many shows, and he just like, he's 5 steps ahead, and you need to be 5 steps ahead of that. It's if you're not prepared, it can be a terrifying experience. So obviously everybody shows up like 1,000% prepared. But if you are, and you're ready to play, and you're ready to be pushed to your limits, it's a really beautiful and gratifying experience. This is such a rush when you're done.
Right. Well, the last thing I'll say is that I feel like this show has gained so much success because of the earnestness in the performances that we see on screen, yours especially. I feel like it's so refreshing to see nuanced women, and that we get to see them be so strong and powerful, but also so vulnerable in their relationships. So I'm really glad that you as an actor was able to experience that and be able to have that. And I'm so, so happy that you're back for season 2. I cannot wait to see how the rest of it unfolds, and I'm so excited for you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I'm really
Yeah.
excited for you guys to see what Taylor has in store for Cruz.
Yeah, and it was so good to talk to you again. So good to catch.
I'm so happy the ice bath worked.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it every day. Every day, it's my new thing.
Okay, great.
Okay, well, we'll chat soon, okay?
Yes, let's chat soon. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Good luck.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.